this is going to be a slightly different video than normal, I guess. So, as you know, when I started this channel, I had a bandage around my finger. So this is going to be the story of how that happened. Now that my finger is, I think, 99% healed. So basically, right, I play basketball as a hobby. So I'm quite used to having injuries, especially on the fingers or the ankles. You know, if you play basketball, I'm sure you know what I mean. Or if you play any other sport, I'm sure you also know what I mean. So yeah, I'm quite used to it. And usually if I hurt my finger or if I twist my ankle, by this point, I can already tell, like, oh, this hurts. But I know that tomorrow or in a few days, it will be fine. Or if it's like, oh, this one is a bad injury, this one's gonna last. And so, you know, that's kind of what happened. I'm not entirely sure how exactly it happened. I know I was playing defense, and I think I was going for a steal, and the ball kind of hit me a bit weirdly this when I tried to go for it. And my finger really hurt. But I think with like adrenaline going and all that stuff, it wasn't too bad. So I kept going for a bit. But like a minute later, I was like, ooh, okay, this is going to be quite bad. But maybe I can still play today a bit longer, you know. So I try a bit more, and I'm like, okay, I really cannot bend my finger, and any contact with it really hurts, so this might be pretty bad. But of course, I never expected my finger to be like broken, you know. So yeah, I'm like, okay, I cannot keep going, or this might get worse, you know, without really knowing how bad it already was. So I'm like, I need to stop right now. So I stop. I get home, it's already really late at night. So I treat it a little bit, and I'm like, okay, well, let's see how it's doing tomorrow. So I just get into bed. The next morning, I look at it, and the nail, obviously, it's not like this anymore, but it looks a bit black. It's like really dark around the nail, and I'm like, okay, well, this is definitely not just any injury, this is not great. So I'm like, before I get too scared, I'm gonna call my mother, get another opinion, and see what she thinks. And she thought the exact same as me. At this point, I'm like, okay, I need to go to the doctor, make sure that, you know, everything is fine here. So on that same day, I go to like urgencies, I think it's called, and they check me in and everything, and they're like, okay, we're gonna do an x-ray, and then we will send you to a specialist who will, you know, see what's up with the finger. So they do that, and, you know, they do my x-ray. At this point, I don't even know what's going on. Like, they don't show you the x-ray until you're with the actual doctor. So I didn't even know what's going on. They just scan my finger and they're like, okay, you can go see the doctor now. So yeah, I get it done. And then when I finally go see the doctor, we go through my x-rays, and he says that, you know, part of my finger is broken. And I'm like, oh no, you know, I'm now going to show you an x-ray image of it. If you want to look away, I guess this is your warning, but it's just an x-ray. It's nothing crazy, but I'm gonna put it right here. But, you know, just in case. Okay, warning, done. Here it is, right? So, as you can see, this part of the finger is not meant to be like that, you know? It's meant to be, you know, all together, just in one piece. So, this part, obviously, as you can see, kind of came off a little bit. I don't really know how this happened, but yeah, that's what happened, right? So then he tells me, you know, you have to keep your finger straight, like fully straight. So he gives me like this like thing that I can attach to my finger, and then he will keep my finger fully straight. And he's like, in a day or two, you can have an appointment where they will make, you know, this the thing that I've been wearing on my finger. It's sort of like a mold or a cast of some sort, I guess, that kind of keeps my finger straight and in place, you know. So I would, you know, get it done, and that's how I got this. And basically I would wear it like this. This is wrapped around in tape, so it's in position. Now it's not perfectly done, but you know, it was better. And yeah, and that's how I had to. And then I put bandage over it too, for extra protection, I guess. Then a week later, I had a second meeting with the people that made the mold or cast, I don't know what to call it, to make sure that, you know, it's fine, it's not bothering me, because I remember I had this, and it would like sometimes it would like stab me a little bit on the side, you know. And I was like, well, that's clearly not meant to happen. So yeah, they kind of like, because you can put this in hot water and like move it around. I'm not really sure. I'm not a doctor, but that's kind of what they were doing in like really hot water, and then you can move this around and like make it tighter or like longer. I don't know, whatever you need, you know. So they did the mold like I guess better this time, and then I got to, to see the doctor to see how it's doing. So we checked it, and he was like, okay, so it's not broken, but it seems we might not need to do surgery, which is great for me. And we have to keep it straight and in the cast, and if it should hopefully slowly kind of put itself back together, kind of, I don't know, bodies are crazy. So we have to keep it in the cast for a while, and then we will see in a few weeks, maybe a month even, I'm not sure, if it's healing slowly, and if it's not healing slowly, we're gonna need surgery. And I think the surgery was like, they put like a metal thing, like here, in between my fingers, to be able to allow it to bend and all that stuff, But since it's healing, we might not need to do that. So I'm wearing this thing. I cannot do sports, but I am hopefully healing nicely. And yeah, during that time is kind of where I decided to start doing ASMR, as it is something that I've always enjoyed for a while, and I had so much free time from not being able to do my hobby and a bunch of other things that I was like, you know what, let's give it a try. So that's kind of how this channel started. I think now I say my fingers 99% healed, because if I fold it all the way, sort of like this, it does kind of hurt a little bit, but it's pretty much fine. Like, I can live normally, like if I didn't have an injury or anything like that, which is great. And yeah, that's pretty much the story of my finger. I don't know if it's that amazing or anything, but it's also the reason I started the channel. So I was like, that's kind of cool, I guess, I don't know. And right now, we are over 800 people subscribed, which is insane to me, by the way. Whether you like my long form videos or my shorts, thank you so much for the support. So yeah, that's kind of the finger injury story, and it's kind of due to the finger injury that I'm kind of doing this here right now. Okay, so now I kind of also want to talk about a bit about the channel, maybe, and maybe like a little teaser for the future. I don't know. I'm still very motivated to do ASMR, and I'm really enjoying it, but I think I have a little bit less time than before. But I keep, planning to release more videos. No, but I still plan to keep releasing more videos. There we go. And hopefully I'll still be doing the one random Spanish word, one short a day. If I forget one day, don't hate me. I'm doing my best. Also, if you have any video ideas, please let me know. I read all the comments, and I would love to know what you all want more of, I have some ideas, and actually I actually have a list of Pokemon that people have suggested. I keep a list on my phone with all these like Pokemon that people have suggested. Unfortunately, obviously, I don't have plushies for all of them, but I know that I made a poll a while back, and around 70% of people said that they don't need a plush. So I might make some without a plush too, like I did Skitty or the Halloween ones. Let me know if you want some specific Pokemon, or if you want some videos that are not Pokemon related at all, maybe a story time like this one. I know this story was not super amazing, but or maybe some other triggers, or I don't know, some people read Reddit, I don't know, anything, let me know. I don't know if you want gaming content, I don't think that'd be my stuff, but I don't know, if you want, I can give it a try. Okay, speaking of the plushies, here is the kind of little spoiler for the video, right? So here I have this green cat, right? Which was, very requested, and I think is such a cute Pokemon. So yeah, hopefully soon I'll have a video for Sprigatito. And speaking of this cat, I want to say that we were able to get this cat through coffee. I set up a coffee a while back, so if you want to support the channel and you have maybe a bit of dispensable income, you can donate any amount you want to my coffee. I want to use all the revenue and put it back into the channel, to make it better, whether it's plushies, maybe a green screen. I feel like that would really add to the atmosphere rather than just, my white background. To be honest, I feel pretty weird about the coffee thing. Like, I don't know, I feel like, I don't know how I feel about the whole like money thing. I guess I have to see it as like, it will go back to the channel and there's people who, enjoy my content. But it feels a bit weird talking about it. And if we ever get monetized, I'll put that into the channel too. But yeah, only support if you really, really, really want to, and you really, really, really can, and all that, okay? Please, no stress about that. And with that being said, I want to say thank you so much to Tabs for helping us, get this brigadito. I'm still completely in shock that someone would donate me. Thank you so much, man. It really means a lot for real. Like, it was a while back, but like, I'm so shocked. Thank you so much. Okay, and I think the last thing that I want to talk about, I wrote a small list, is, thank you so much for 800 subscribers. Let me know if there's anything you want when we reach another milestone, maybe. This was meant to be for 750, but we kind of grew up really quickly from 750 to 800. I thought maybe I could do a Q&A, but I don't know, maybe you guys aren't that interested. But I think we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, yeah, I think that's everything for now. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of the video and for your support. And I hope you enjoyed this like weird ramble video, I don't know. And maybe I could do some story times in the future too. Like I said, maybe a story, maybe a Reddit, I don't know. I thought of for Halloween about reading a creepypasta, but I was like, I don't know how creepy ASMR would work, how an ASMR that's a creepypasta would work. Anyways, I'm rambling on way too much. Thank you so much once again. It really means a lot. Like, I don't know if you understand how much a positive comment motivates me, or just, I'm sure, any ASMRtist or any creator of any sort. It's just so nice to see that, people enjoy this content. It's like, oh yes, okay, someone liked it. Yay, I'm kind of like doing a good thing, I guess. Anyways, I'm really dragging this on. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you